Welcome to the Purposely Aligned Entrepreneur Podcast presented by Boss Girl Creative. This is episode number 499. Today, the topics include wearing Invisalign trays, seeking joy daily in 2025, celebrating quick wins, including how to make sure your Instagram bio, or any bio for that matter, is boss. Now let's dive in. Hey, I'm Taylor Bradford, host of the Purposely Aligned Entrepreneur Podcast presented by Boss Girl Creative. I help small business owners turn their purpose into a paycheck, and it starts with visibility. In the online world, visibility equates to sales. So if you're dreaming of being the next $1 million entrepreneur, you've come to the right place, because weekly I share visibility tips, brand advice, and business resources. So grab a notebook, your favorite pen, and a beverage, and let's do the work. Hello and welcome to episode 499. This is the last episode of 2024, which means next week is 2025, and I am celebrating 500 episodes of this podcast. And I've got a name change coming. I've got new sound bites coming. And in 2025, I will have kind of a format change. The podcast isn't changing from a standpoint as you're going to keep hearing me week in, week out, but I will be doing some new things in 2025, which I'm excited about, especially once my studio space in my new house is ready for me to do these things, which I'm so pumped about. I'm really, really pumped about. Okay, before we dive into this week's topics, reminder to easily listen to my show through your favorite podcast listening app. Go to bossgirlcreative.com/listen. That allows you to pick one, and then it will remember that, and then it will just make it easy. All you have to do is bookmark bossgirlcreative.com/listen, and it will automatically take you to your favorite listening device to listen to my show. I would also love to hear from you. You can leave me audio feedback or an audio message, or drop a question or a topic for a future episode. Go to bossgirlcreative.com/speak to do that. You can also simply DM me over at Boss Girl Creative or my personal Instagram at Taylor L. Bradford. So those two friendly reminders. And then it's free to support people that you love to follow online. You can just simply hit the follow button. You can share their content with people. You can like, you can save, you can send messages. You don't have to spend money with somebody in order to support them. So just a friendly reminder on how you can support your fellow creatives. If you do want to financially support somebody, do it. Choose to do it. It truly will make their day and all of that. So let's dive in. I'm still coming off being sick, y'all. I had a fever, oh my gosh, for over a week daily. And I got to a point where I was like, this has got to be like the end of, like, I can't keep having a fever. Like, what is going on? So I was on an antibiotic. Actually, I'm still on an antibiotic. And I think I mentioned in last week's episode, I had strep. And then right behind, as I was like curing the strep, I had sinus infection. And that's really ultimately what I've been battling since. And then weather changing, like, it's not a good time for me. And I'm like, I don't want to go into 2025 being sick. Come on, body. And I feel like I started a new supplement routine right before I got sick, and I've been maintaining that, which is really great. I am like wondering, I'm pondering, because I am coming back into like getting back into working out after being sick and having a really busy like furniture lifting season. And so I'm curious to see how the magnesium is working for me, how the ashwagandha is working for me from a will I bounce back faster standpoint. So stay tuned for that because I will be getting right back into it. I'm actually going to be doing the Tighter Together challenge. Madeline Moves, the Moves app. I've been using the Moves app for my workouts for, I think I started in 2020 or 2019. So I've been a subscriber of her programming for a really long time. As a retired personal trainer, degreed, certified, all the things, it is probably the only program I have ever found that works the body holistically from a standpoint of working it as a whole. And it's very, very effective. And there's multiple programs within the program. So you can do weekly moves, you can do mom moves, you can do strength moves, endurance moves. There's a core program that's specific to rehabbing core or just making a strong core. And then she does 1 to 2 fitness challenges every year. So this one is starting January 6th. And it's called the Tighter Together Challenge. It's 5 weeks in duration, and you can choose to work out 3 days, 4 days, 5 days, 6 days a week. There's programming for all of that. And you can do 30 minutes or you can do 60 minutes. So it's totally your choice. If it is something that interests you, just find her on Google, her Moves app. So I encourage you, Google her. Don't buy her program through the Apple Store. It is much more robust to get your membership purchased through her actual website because they do have some challenges, even though it is functioning through Apple, like the app itself. Once you get your login, then you'll download the app and then you'll get yourself in there. But I encourage you to not do the subscription through Apple itself, through the iOS app system. Go to the website, get the membership there, and then get your login, and then download the app, and then get yourself in. So I don't know, I don't understand the whole ins and outs of the App Store, but from a small business owner wanting to support another small business owner, this is the thing that I've heard her say over and over. So follow that train. So I'm excited about the new changes coming to the show. I have been in communication with my dad, trying to locate that one VHS tape, and he has located some VHS tapes, and I'm hoping he found the one that I am seeking because it is kind of integral to what I want to have as part of my new intro. And so fingers crossed we can make that magic happen. I'm just looking forward to, I feel like I've breathed new life into what I want to do moving forward. And just the fact that I no longer resonated with the name of the show, even though Boss Girl Creative is not going anywhere. That is kind of like the umbrella. And it has been since I pivoted away from just calling the show Boss Girl Creative and moved it into the Purposely Aligned Entrepreneur. And so Boss Girl Creative, the website, every time you hear me say a link, it's always going to still be bossgirlcreative.com/whatever it is. And so that part's not changing, but I fell out of alignment with the name of the show. And, you are allowed as a creator, as an entrepreneur, as a small business owner, you are allowed to make pivots. Nobody is holding the candle to you to make you do the thing that you no longer want to do. If it's no longer serving you in this season of life, I'm giving you permission to make a change. Make a change because you need to make a change. Make a change because you want to make a change. You have the ability to do that. So that is what I'm going to do. I happen to be doing it in a milestone moment. I kind of feel like that feels like a good break for something new to happen. Plus, I'm celebrating 500 episodes, and I'm just so grateful to be here celebrating 500 episodes with you. It's just amazing. And the new format, I've been testing and tuning and trying things out for the last couple of weeks, and I really like being able to just come to the microphone and have topics to talk about. Like I write them down. So I've got my notebook sitting here and like I want to talk about Invisalign. Actually, the version that we're doing is called trays, which I guess is the same thing, but people recognize the term Invisalign. They don't recognize the term trays. So I'm excited to be able to just talk about like little minutia things, musings from my day to day, musings from my week to week, from a life standpoint, but also from a business standpoint. And I want to be able to give you quick nuggets or nuggets to keep you moving forward, staying on course in your business. So this week's nugget is going to be talking about making sure your bio is fine-tuned, because I think that that can be a quick win for all of us, is to go look at your social media bios. And they really kind of need to be consistent where you show up online, but wherever you are the most, I want you to for sure make sure that that bio is speaking the right language to potential customers, to potential followers, and that kind of thing. So today's topics, I want to talk about my trays. I want to talk about seeking joy daily in 2025 and celebrating quick wins, which includes the weekly nugget. That's what I'm going to call it. The weekly nugget, which is going to be like making your Instagram bio or your social media platform bio like a boss. It needs to be like a boss. So let's dive in. So my husband and I, we are doing the Invisalign, but it's called trays, and we are on week 4. And I have to say, first of all, I've never brushed my teeth so much in my life. I've never flossed my teeth so much in my life, because every time you eat or drink something that is not water, you must brush and floss and then put your trays back in. So because I've been sick, I've been so mindful about putting these trays back in my mouth and making sure that they are basically sanitized, that they're clean. So I bought one of those, I think it's like a black light and it's like an ionizer kind of thing. I don't really know what it's called. Let me go take a peek. Okay, it's called an ultrasonic retainer cleaner, and there's like multiple things it can do, multiple modes, but it is so that it can clean better than just brushing it with your toothbrush and toothpaste. And so I was like, I know I'm actively sick. I have a bacteria in my body that an antibiotic is trying to kill. And like, I don't want to keep putting bacteria back into my body. So we're going to clean it. And it cleans really well. I don't know if any of you have a retainer that you have to wear at night. I know that that is going to be my thing once I get through all of these weeks of wearing these trays. But I encourage you that this little device seems to be doing really well. Now, I don't have a lab to actually look at these trays after I clean them, but I feel like it's doing a much better job than what I was doing previously. So I've not brushed my teeth more than I have with these things in my life. And my teeth are naturally sensitive. So I already use a sensitive toothpaste. I actually use Luminex, which is probably most known for its whitening strips, but they have toothpaste, and this toothpaste is freaking awesome. And because I brush my teeth so much, now my teeth are whiter than they have ever been in my life. So props to Luminex. And it is a kind of a clean brand. Not kind of. It is a clean brand. And it's effective. And I have not had any problems from a sensitivity standpoint. So yay for that brand. And yay for brushing all the time. Holy cow. So not something that I anticipated in my day-to-day. So it makes planning meals very interesting, because you don't want to have to take these darn things out all the time. And you probably would lose weight. I think I've lost weight because you have to plan for, can you brush your teeth after you're about to ingest that thing? So it limits your snacking. and it limits what you drink because you don't really want to drink a soda or tea or something with these trays in your mouth without being able to get them rinsed or your teeth brushed. So I now carry a travel size toothbrush everywhere I go. The things we do. Honestly, I feel like as a kid, so I had a lot of dental work in the upper portion of my mouth as a kid to make room for my teeth. They had to stretch my jaw, all the things to make room. And I think there is a lack of education, and I don't know where the disconnect is because I've had several adults reach out to me through my Instagram about trays or about retainers, actually. And they're like, I wish that somebody would have explained to me, even as a kid, the reason why it's important to wear the retainer. Because your teeth will shift back. Your teeth will shift back. And the purpose of the retainer for the rest of your life or whatever is to maintain the place that your teeth went. And I think that that's not communicated well enough. And maybe that is dentist ploy for making more money in the future. I had no idea that your teeth could shift as an adult. I had no idea. And now I know. And now I'm telling you in case you didn't know that. Your teeth can shift as an adult, and that is why you should have worn your retainer. But see, I never had a retainer after all of my dental work. So that conversation was never a part of my upbringing. I never was given a retainer. So I was really in the dark about the fact that your teeth will shift as an adult. Seeking joy daily in 2025. Let's talk about that. That is one of my missions for myself personally in 2025. And I say that because I feel like the last quarter of 2024 has really been stacked against me from a stress standpoint. And I'm really tired of being frustrated all the time about either obviously I can't control other humans, but how I react, how I anticipate, or how I get disappointed. I want to be able to better support myself and those emotions by seeking more joy in 2025. And I wrote recently on my most recent Instagram reel, so I've kind of taken a little bit of a break from producing content over on Instagram. I am churning out YouTube videos like they're going out of style though, so if you haven't caught up with me over on the YouTube, I encourage you to do that, The House of Sugar Creek. I think you can go to youtube.com/The House of Sugar Creek. I hope you will follow along on that journey. If you like to watch YouTube videos, that would mean something to me. Subscribe, support me over there. That would be really great. I would love to be able to get monetized over on YouTube. I've got a ways to go, but we are pushing for that. That is a goal in 2025, is to get enough subscribers, followers, whatever YouTube calls it, so I can get monetized and have that platform working for me. And yeah, so I've been producing content over there. I bumped it up twice a week, which is because I have so much content sitting in my phone. I got to do something with it. And we are building a barndominium house. We are actively working on our land all the time. And I am out there constantly video recording. So I've got to do something with all that content. So my most recent Instagram over on Taylor L. Bradford account is my mood for 2025, seek joy daily. And this was my caption. I only have space for joy in 2025. I'm over the negativity and being taken advantage of. I'm done torturing myself that it's me, that I'm the problem, that I'm too much or too blunt, or that my expectations are too high. You want to make space for me, prove it, over and over and over again. Because my loyalty runs deep for those that show up for me the same way I show up for them. I'm no longer the, oh, she'll understand friend. Yeah, that brings me zero joy. And I don't know how I get myself shoved into these boxes for people. Oh, she'll understand. She'll understand why I'm being a really crappy friend. No, I'm no longer going to have space for that in 2025. And I will make room for you at my table, but I have to have this give and take. Like, it has to be a two-way street. Two-way street? A one-way? No, not one. Yeah, anyways, you get what I'm saying. I need, for as much as I give to somebody, I need that in return. Whatever that looks like for that person, but I'm not the, oh, she'll understand friend anymore for anyone. So I'm just over it. And I have tortured myself really, truly for so long that it is me that I just have these super high expectations for people. And no, it's just you're being a crappy friend. And I don't have room for that. So I am seeking joy daily in 2025. That is something that I am going to work so incredibly hard at maintaining and working on, because I know it's going to be a work in progress. But like the negativity that can build up because like something doesn't go right, or I like have a really crappy salesperson or whatever, like I'm just going to do better at how I react. I'm going to do better at like how I like who I surround myself with and what I say yes to, all of those things. So seeking joy daily in 2025 is on my goal list. And I think it's also important, segueing into the next topic, celebrating quick wins. I don't think we give ourselves enough credit when we do something awesome. Like, I truly don't. And I don't know what that will look like for you. And I truly don't know what that will look like for me. But I think we've got to do better at celebrating the quick wins. And I don't know, I kind of feel like we set ourselves up for disappointment when we don't achieve the thing that we've been working so hard for. Like, it takes longer because life happens. So I think we've got to do better for ourselves in celebrating quick wins. So I'm going to challenge you to do that in 2025, do better at celebrating quick wins. And so what I'd love to do is be an accountability partner for you. Trust me, like I really want to do this for you. When you have a quick win, I want you to share it with me, whether that is through an email or a DM over on Instagram. I don't care if you think it's funny or silly or whatever. If you feel like it is a quick win for you, I want you to share it with me. That is what I'm going to hold you accountable for in 2025. I want you to celebrate quick wins. And by doing so, I'm going to celebrate with you. So I want you to share them with me. So don't forget that. And I'm going to bring that up every single episode. Hopefully, I'm going to make myself a note, because I do think that we set ourselves up for like, we have to do these things in this amount of time. Otherwise, it's going to be over. No, life happens. We're human. But I do think we've got to get better at celebrating quick wins. So let's talk about this week's nugget. This week's nugget is going to be a quick win. It's going to be a quick win because it's super actionable. It's very easy to do. And we're going to do it together. Actually, I just kind of updated my Boss Girl Creative Instagram with this kind of formula, 5 steps with this formula. Now, I just basically said coming soon, a name change. And this is what it is. So I will fine tune that once I actually get there. But let's dive into this week's nugget. So pretend I am a prospective customer or follower on Instagram, and I'm seeking you. And I'm wanting to figure out who you are. If you want me to buy from you or follow you, I need to know what you sell or offer and who it's for. So the key in this is what you sell and who it's for. You have less than 7 seconds to convert someone that came across your profile to have them become a follower. So what can you do for your business in 7 seconds that's going to get the right kind of follower? Well, that means you've got to have an epic bio, right? So your bio will set the foundation of getting somebody who's randomly followed you or who's thinking about following you because they have discovered you through an Instagram reel, and to make sure they become a follower and then a customer. So step 1 is for you to get focused with your title. I want you to describe what you do in the easiest way possible. Explain it like I'm 5 and use the KISS methodology. That is, keep it simple, stupid. So step 1, get focused with your title. Step 2 is list the benefits for your followers. It's not enough to have a great photo on your profile. It's not enough for you to have great photos or videos in your actual feed. And it's not great enough for you to be an influencer or if you have a great product or service that you sell. You have to tell people the benefits of following you. And it's not about you per se. It's about what you can do for your followers who can quickly or soon become customers. So I want you to take the tension off of you and put it back on them. This is what I'm giving you. That's the method. That's the madness. That's the message. This is what I'm giving you. This is what is going to benefit you. Step 3 is, who is your account for? I need you to get hyper specific on who your account is for. My account is for entrepreneurs that listen to this show or that may potentially listen to this show. I am here for entrepreneurs. If you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. I love this quote from Marie Forleo. I've said it on this podcast in the past. If you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. So until you identify a small group of people, they will then become your future customers because it feels like you're speaking to them. You've got to understand who your account is for. So ask yourself, who is your account for? For me, women entrepreneurs. That's who my Boss Girl Creative account is for. So if you have ever had someone say to you, how did you know that that's what I needed to hear? Good for you, because you have figured out how to attract the person that should be your super fan, that should be a lifelong follower. That kind of content creates super fans. Step 4, your contact info. How do I contact you? I can tell you this is so frustrating sometimes, even specifically speaking from the event world. When I find a fellow vendor and I'm like, I actually need to email you. I need to email you and not fill out your inquiry form on your website. How can I do that as a fellow vendor? Can I get your phone number? Can I get your email address? You have to have a way for people to contact you. Now, the caveat to that is you have to set it up in a way that you want to receive. So you need to be mindful about how you want to funnel somebody to reaching out to you. Do you want your phone number out there? Okay. If not, make sure you have an email that you can put out there. Like, be mindful of how you want people to be able to contact you, but make it easy for them to contact you. If you have a physical location, make sure you have an address. Like, I need to be able to know how to get to you. I need an address to do that. And I don't want to be playing guessing games. So make sure your contact information is easily findable. Like, that's so important. I feel like so many people miss out on that, especially over on the gram, where you can provide that information. So that is step 4. Step 5, give something to build trust before somebody buys from you. What is that thing? For me, it's the podcast. You can listen to me every single week. You can dive into my back catalog of 499 episodes and listen. It's free. There's no paywall. You can turn me on, turn me off. You can binge listen. I hope you'll binge listen if you're a new listener. Hi, welcome. But that is my freebie. Now, I can gift other things away if I'm going to go through a launch period or whatever. If I create a new freebie because I have a really cool episode, content, topic or whatever, or a quick win that I want you to experience too, or the nugget that week. needs a printable or an ebook or a PDF or a checklist or whatever. I want you to give something to build trust before someone buys from you. Give without expectation. Okay, let's recap what all of those 5 steps were to have a epic bio, because that's the nugget for this week. Epic bio. Step 1, get focused with your title. Describe what you do in the easiest way possible. Step 2, list the benefits for your followers. Why should someone follow you? Step 3, who is your account for? Get super uber specific. Step 4, contact info. Make sure it's accessible. And step 5, give something to build trust before someone buys. And there you have it. That is this week's nugget. A quick win for you. I'm giving that to you. And so please, truly, from the bottom of my heart, truly, I don't care if you message me at 1 a.m. because you're in a different time zone than me, or you're a night owl like me. I want you to celebrate your quick wins with me. Share them with me so I can cheerlead you back, because I do think that we are not giving ourselves enough credit for the things that we do day to day. So I want to celebrate your quick wins with you. Share them with me. Do not be shy. I love hearing from you. Ooh, you can even share your quick win in audio form with me. Go to bossgirlcreative.com/speak. I would love to hear that version of you, because that brings me the tone of your quick win and I can celebrate with you. Let's do that. Let's celebrate more quick wins in 2025. I want to celebrate with you. So make that a priority for yourself and celebrate them with me. Tell me, share them with me. You can do that at my Instagram at bossgirlcreative or my personal Instagram at Taylor L. Bradford. Do that. I would so love to celebrate those quick wins with you. And again, thank you so much for being on this journey. Oh my gosh, 499 episodes. Wowzer. We're coming up on year 10 of the podcast. That will happen the first week of July 2025. What? Oh my gosh, I really hope I have a podcast recording studio to celebrate that milestone. I'm going to have to get with the program on this house build to make sure that happens. Wow, I have like 6 months to do that. Okay. All right, you guys, epic 2024. I feel like I had an epic 2024, even though I need to seek more joy in 2025. I had an epic 2024 year, and I'm really looking forward to doing even bigger things in 2025, and I wish that for you as well. Thank you so much for listening to this show, and I will see you in 2025. Thank you. Hey, real quick before I go, I wanted to pop back in and say again, thank you so much for listening to this latest episode of the Purposely Aligned Entrepreneur Podcast. I would so love a favor from you right now. Would you please share this episode with a friend or share it to your social media and tag me at Boss Girl Creative? Oh my gosh, that would mean so much to me if you did that right now. Okay, I'll see you next week with a brand new episode.